Hello and welcome to another episode of the Magic Kings podcast with the great big beautiful dads. I'm Steve, a travel agent with Just Add Magic Travel, and I'm here, a very special guest, someone who it's a good get for me, Timothy Chalamet. Welcome. Oh, sorry. No. It's not Timothy Chalamet.
I feel like Timothy Chalamet would do this.
I don't think so.
I don't know him.
Okay.
So I'm projecting on him that he would do a podcast like this.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
All right. So why don't you introduce yourself?
So my name is Mike Fox.
Mike.
What?
Your name is Mike.
That's true.
And do you know what the normal co-host name of this podcast is?
Are you testing me if I've listened to this podcast before?
You know, his name is Mike.
It's either Steve or Mike. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
I forget. We've had a few special guests. One of them who's been on a few times, his name's Steve. And now we have Mike. So welcome, Mike. Yes, please. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Introduce yourself.
So is that the criteria to be on this podcast? You have to have one of two names?
It helps. It helps
good.
a lot.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I actually have listened to the podcast.
Oh, wow.
As we've chatted about it before.
Yes.
I like Disney things. I do.
Oh.
Which is a good reason why I'm here. And I also have a 4-year-old.
Okay.
Who actually just turned 4. His birthday was just about a couple weeks ago. And not sure when this is going to air. I don't know how many you got in the can.
This isn't going to air.
Okay, great. Just making sure. So my kid could be 4 or 40. We have no idea at this point.
Who knows? Yeah.
When anybody's listening. But so do a lot of Disney related things with him.
Yep.
So
you catch some Super Kitties on Disney Plus, you know.
Yeah, we it's a roller coaster with Super Kitties in our house. It comes out of nowhere.
Yep.
We're on the track for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here and chat about anything Disney related and give you my thoughts on being a dad, not necessarily what I would assume is a Disney dad.
Okay, well,
yeah,
maybe we'll get into that.
We should.
And I mean, I wanted to have you on because you took a trip. What was it, a year or two ago? And I know you'd been to Disney before, but first trip as a dad, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
And we talked because now, as soon as I hear someone went to Disney, I'm all about it. So we were talking about that. And then I think another time that I talked to you, I brought something to your attention about Disney. I said, so I know you're a Disney guy. And you said, yeah, never call me that again.
Yeah, that sounds like something I would say.
So I wanted to get into that to say, but then at another time you mentioned something to me that you learned from D23, which is the official Disney fan club, and didn't need to, you knew what that was. So I wanted to get into that, but we're getting ahead of ourselves here, because if you have listened to this podcast and you claim that you have, I don't know, there's no record.
I listened to the first episode.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Okay. So with every new guest that we have, we do a lightning lane round of questions. Okay, you ready? Are you buckled up here?
I'm ready.
And this is to get a sense of kind of what your deal is with Disney World and where you're at. So this is all questions about Disney World. Okay.
Got it. Do I have to pay a ton of money to get this lightning lane?
Okay. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Get it? So
where's my check?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so these are easy questions. It's lightning lane round. We can linger if you want, but
if I don't get one of these questions right,
you're gonna. It's not like trivia, although
people
have gotten them wrong in the past, or
they just didn't answer it the way you wanted it.
Exactly.
I gotcha. All right, what's question number 1?
Number 1: how many times have you been to Walt Disney World?
I was actually just thinking about that today. I went once as a small child. I was probably like 4 or 5. Mm-hmm. Got a lot of family photos from that.
Okay.
I went once in like middle school. It was like a middle school trip.
Looking for a number.
Pretty cool. And then I went with the family. I have been to a Disney World park 5 times.
Okay. So when you say a park, you visited a park, or you had that counts as a trip?
No, so I at least visited one park while in the state of Florida.
Okay. Right. So, okay, great.
So one time, my wife and I years and years and years ago, Disney did a thing called the Disney Day of Service.
Oh.
And so you could do community service, in your area. So we did it in downtown Boston. And we did like a half a day of service. And they gave us a free day at Disney, which was pretty cool.
That's amazing. Yeah. I never heard of that. Disney Day of Service.
Yeah,
they don't do
did
that
it
anymore?
one time.
Oh, okay.
I think a lot of people did it. And then they were like, yeah, we can't do this
Enough.
again.
Yeah. Interesting. That's very cool. That's good for you. All right.
Yeah,
so we're going with 5. And then I think you mentioned the next question is, how old were you when you first went? You said 4 or 5?
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Nice. Good age. So do you have the My Disney Experience app, the Disney World app, on your phone?
I definitely had it when I was in Disney.
Okay.
I don't have it anymore.
You deleted it?
Probably.
Okay.
Do you want me to look?
Please.
I actually don't know.
Mike.
Is that the gotcha question?
Yes. It is not supposed to be.
I do not have it on my phone.
Okay. All right.
Can you use that app for things when you're not going to Disney?
Not really.
Okay.
Well, no, you can if you're, not if you don't have a trip. I mean, you can just look at stuff, but yeah, I don't know.
You look at wait times at
exactly.
People on a Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. That question, and so maybe you just remember when you have that app, there's like a profile picture, like a character that you choose as your character. Mine is Goofy on my phone. And so, do you remember what character perhaps that you chose? And if not, that's okay. You'll get a 0 on this question. That's fine.
If I have absolutely no
probably didn't even choose
I will say that if there was an option to just have the outline of the person, so you don't have a photo, it was probably that.
So if you don't have that, it's like an outline of Mickey. So that's what you had. And
that's probably
another guest also had that. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that's most likely.
Okay. So no shame. That's fine. First one not to even have the app. That's all right. Okay. So we're
But so you have the app because you could go to Disney at any. You could be planning a trip or whatever.
Well, I don't. Why delete it? I mean, I like Disney World enough that it can take up the, couple hundred megabytes, whatever it is, that of phone space for me, that I don't want to just delete it after my vacation. You know what I mean?
I'd be curious to know how much space it actually does take up on your phone.
That's for another episode. That's all.
Let's get into the data of the Disney app.
I hope to never say megabytes on this podcast ever again. All right, we're gonna move on to your favorite park at Disney World. Blizzard Beach.
I don't think I've ever been to any of the water slide ones.
Nice water parks.
Water parks.
Yeah.
That's what that's called. I think that my favorite. And as other guests would probably say, it changes as your age changes.
Sure.
I'm back to a Magic Kingdom person. I think the Magic Kingdom is my favorite.
That's nice. That's mine too. Magic Kingdom's number 1 for me.
But why is it number 1 for you?
Why? It's the most magical. It's the most rides. I'm more of a go kind of guy.
Right.
Most stuff to do. And I really think that's it. I mean, I love all 4, but I think there's a clear number 1 for me is Magic Kingdom. And the other 3 I'd say are pretty close to
I think everything has like that thing that you really love.
Yes.
But Magic Kingdom, I think for me, that's the most nostalgic.
Yeah.
Like they got the older rides and like things like that. I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
I love rides.
Same.
I like throw rides.
Yeah.
So like I'll always gravitate to whatever is in the park that I'm in.
Right.
To those rides, but the Magic Kingdom, I think it's also like just significantly bigger. I think it feels bigger.
It's more stuff in terms of area. It's not bigger, but it's definitely more stuff. More stuff. Yeah, definitely. Right. No, that's a great. Yeah, I think that's the most popular. I mean, it is the most popular park, but I think no one said Animal Kingdom, but the other 3 someone said on this podcast. So all right, here we go. You have to pick one. Your favorite ride at Disney World. Thank you.
Just one.
You have to pick one. It says it right here. You have to pick one.
Does it have to be a ride? Or can it be an attraction?
Yeah, it has to be a ride for this question.
Okay. This is the next question. What's your favorite attraction?
I can't reveal it.
I will. Oh man, my wife would be so mad if I didn't say a certain ride.
Wow. And she's a listener.
Yeah, 100%. honestly, the last time we went to Disney about a year and a half ago, that Guardians of the Galaxy ride is awesome.
Yeah.
And what I love about it, I know it's a newer ride, and like I've only ridden it one time, but like it's a roller coaster, which I think is super cool. Yep. Whereas like the trend with newer rides is like the screen in front of you, everything moves, you know. And to see that and Tron as like roller coasters, I think was super cool. And I like the story of Guardians. I think the entire, like when you're in Disney, like the entire, you know, experience of like getting to the story of the ride itself, I think is super cool.
Yep. Totally.
So I loved that ride.
Yeah. So, no, that's great. I think you're the third or fourth guest who I think right now it's the most popular favorite ride at Disney World. It is. Right. It is something else. Yeah.
Like Tron was cool too.
Tron's great. Oh yeah, Tron would be a fine pick. A great pick.
I think that if Tron instead of 90 seconds was 125 seconds, it's right up there.
It is a little short. Yeah, a little short. If you're into the thrills, I think for people, it's up there. It's amazing. Yeah. All right, great pick on that one. So next one's your favorite show, and I'm looking at your shirt. I don't know if that's what you're gonna pick.
It's a no-brainer. It's the Country Bear Jamboree,
and that is the shirt that you're wearing. And now, you have not seen the new one.
I have not. So when I went in January of 23,
24,
right. January 24.
Yeah,
January
24.
It was closing in like February for reservations. So we were there 2 weeks before I got to bring my son.
Amazing.
It's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I was super excited. You know, that's nostalgia overload for me. Like every time I've gone, I've always loved going. And I always loved that it was kind of like, it was off the beaten path. Like it was always there and like whatever, but like nobody's like, I got to go to the Country Bear Jamboree, but you know, that's the first stop. Nobody's rope dropping to the Country Bear Jamboree, right? So yeah, it was a super cool moment to be able to like bring my son and like have him see it. We have the 70s soundtrack with the book at home, and
oh man,
yeah, it's really that's the thing for me that like I love it.
That's tough that you're one of, I mean, are you okay with the fact that it was updated, or is that a tough one for you?
I think the animatronics, I'm not, you know, an engineer. I would imagine it probably needed some kind of upgrade. And if you're going to do, you know, a major upgrade to an attraction like that, like, to bring in some different areas or different genres of the country and country music and things like that. Like, I don't really have an issue with that.
Yeah.
But I also haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
TBD.
So we will definitely go to it and see what it's like, and you know, it'll still have, I think, just the space that it's in, it'll still, hopefully it still has that feel.
I think people generally think it's a good thing. Although, I don't know, sound off in the comments if you don't think so. Oh, and I have to say, what's your wife gonna kill you if you didn't pick? Was it Guardians or something else?
No, it's Tower of Terror.
Oh, Tower of Terror. Yeah, it's classic. It's a top ride. Yeah, oh yeah, that's great.
She loves it.
Oh yeah.
When they transformed in Disneyland Tower of Terror to Guardians, she got really nervous that it was gonna happen in Hollywood Studios too. So.
I don't think so.
It's pretty popular.
Yeah, and it's actually the like official park icon of Hollywood Studios is that. So I don't see it, but you never know. All right, moving right along here. Your favorite resort at Disney World? Have you ever stayed at a Disney resort on property?
I have.
Okay.
We recently stayed at the Animal Kingdom Lodges.
Oh, wow.
And it was great.
Yeah.
And so that is definitely going to be my number one.
That's amazing.
Years and years and years and years and years ago, with a school trip, we stayed at like the All-Star Sports.
That's where all the school trips stay.
Where they have like the giant baseball bats for some reason. It really doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So I definitely stayed in that too, but yeah, that Animal Kingdom Lodge is something else, because it's also, we wanted, when we were there, you know, we had our 2.5-year-old.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so we wanted to do park, day off.
Yep.
Park.
Yep.
to have, on the day off to have like a pool and like, or let's go look at the animals out there.
Yes, you're at a zoo.
Have everything right. Yeah, you have a zoo outside of your window.
Yeah, pretty wild.
It was pretty great.
Yeah, no, that's an awesome one. I love that place. That's really.
When you go, if you have an ideal spot, where do you stay?
So I haven't stayed there. My dream is the boardwalk because I love the convenience. Right. It's right at Epcot, but I think Port Orleans, French Quarter, because I'm all about like going to the parks. That's the smallest resort, so it's like you there's still a lot to do, and you can go around. You also go to the other Port Orleans for whatever you want over there, but it's I just enjoy. It's small, intimate. Theming is great. They got the beignets there. I really love that one, but
yeah, when we were planning our trip, we were between Animal Kingdom Lodge and Boardwalk. Those were the two.
Okay.
And some things we read on the Boardwalk were, because of its location, if you have a young child, it could be loud.
Yes.
Like, and it's not necessarily going to be like super loud, like in your room, but like there's just more there. Whereas at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, it's only the people who are there.
Yes. No, you made the right call. Definitely. I think the cool parts of Boardwalk would have been lost on your child at that age for sure. And Animal Kingdom Lodge, perfect. It was a perfect choice. You nailed that one. That was great.
Not gonna lie, it wasn't my choice.
Okay.
my wife did all of the planning.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good for her. Shout out to her. That's
she
great.
downloaded the app first.
There you go.
And we got those bracelet things. It was pretty
magic bands.
Pretty great.
Nice. Maybe she should be on. Okay. Well, that's a nice episode. All right. All right. We're moving right along here to favorite restaurant.
Yeah. Are we talking like a sit down, or are we talking like a grab and go?
Anything.
Everything that I'm gonna say is just based on the last trip that I went. Mm-hmm. But we ate at the Space restaurant.
Oh.
It was like the one restaurant we did that was like a little bit pricey, on the pricier side.
Yeah.
But we were like, we think that our 2.5-year-old is gonna think he's in space.
Absolutely. And he did, right?
100%. We were in space. He was in awe the whole time.
Oh my God.
It was super fun to just like be like, oh my God, look out the window, look at what's going by. And he absolutely loved it. Even like the elevator up that like makes you feel like you're in a rocket ship that probably only goes 10 feet.
Yep.
It's just like, that's just how they do it. It's like, I think those elevator doors just closed and then opened again.
Yeah.
I don't think we moved anywhere. But yeah, they do a really great job there. And I don't think that anybody would say that Disney is like a culinary capital. Like, I think that there's good things to eat, like kind of spread around. But I will say that when my wife and I go on vacation, we like to eat. Like, that's a thing that we like to do.
Sure.
And the food there was good. It was really good. And like, I felt like between the atmosphere and like the sort of magic of it, like feeling like we're in space, plus the food, I was like, this was a good choice.
Yeah. No, I haven't been there. I'm dying to go. Space 220. Yeah. No, you said
it's called knowing the name of it.
Yeah, that's fine. And you said, nobody thinks of Disney as a culinary destination. It's funny you say that because the other Mike, the real Mike, who's the real co-host, he would disagree.
Okay.
And I think it's an interesting thing that you say that. I think I'll just leave it at that. This actually is a good segue to your favorite snack at Disney World.
Wow, that's a really great question.
Thank you.
Because I feel like my favorite snack at Disney World would just be my favorite snack that I would want to get anywhere.
It's like Cheez-Its or something.
Well, no. But see where your head's at. I don't know if they have Cheez-Its at Disney.
I think they must.
They probably do. The vending machine somewhere.
Yeah.
In the underground tunnels.
Exactly.
No, I'll answer this by saying that, like, I like going to, let's say, like, the France Pavilion.
Yep.
And seeing what they have at one of their little kiosks of, like, the food of that country.
Yeah.
And getting something.
Yeah.
I think that's super cool.
Yes.
And so, like, some people are going to say I have to have a Mickey pretzel, or some people are going to say I have to do X, Y, Z, or, like, have this drink or whatever.
Yeah.
But I would say that, like, whatever I see that, like, catches my eye in a pavilion at the point that I'm hungry, and then it would be my favorite thing. So I just think that's cool.
So what is your favorite?
I don't remember what I ate the last time.
That's fine. That's fine.
We definitely had donuts in Epcot.
Okay.
That were great.
Okay, I'm writing that down. Donuts in Epcot.
Yeah,
Good.
there was a donut in Epcot
That's
that we
great.
ate that was awesome.
That was beautiful.
But I also like in Epcot where you can try all the different Coca-Colas from around the world.
Club Cool, yes.
Yeah, that's a cool spot too. So
yes.
I like that too. So it's not really a snack, but like
I'll take that.
Yeah.
No, that works.
No,
yeah.
You didn't like donut that I ate?
No, I was going to take that
too.
too.
It was from my pocket. I brought it in.
I just didn't like that you said this is how I choose snacks. I was like, it's not really.
That wasn't the question.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. You know, hey,
I don't know if you find the menu from the France Pavilion at the little kiosk thing.
Yeah. Then that
what
whatever
was
that was.
Whatever
was
that was.
That was where the donut was from?
No, it definitely wasn't from that country.
We're gonna move on.
I think it was honestly I think it was part of the American Pavilion.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was.
You went to Dunkin' Donuts.
Exactly.
On your
Yeah,
way home. You're like, my God.
Yeah, that's where I went.
All right, we got two more here. Underrated attraction or experience at Walt Disney World. I would say you probably would say Country Bear Jamboree.
Yeah.
So maybe something aside from that, since we already discussed that.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the recent ratings of those things, so I'm not sure what would be considered underrated.
Yeah.
The little boat ride in the Mexican Pavilion.
Oh, Grand Fiesta Tour with the 3 Caballeros.
Yes, that is the one.
That's a
I love that one.
That's a great pick. Yeah.
It's a nice little boat ride. I like that you go right past the people eating dinner.
Yeah, so it's great.
I just think that's very strange.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's another one that's like doesn't usually have a line.
Never.
I've never eaten in there, which I think would be cool because they've got like it's like a whole thing.
Yeah, it's a good restaurant.
Yeah, that's definitely the one that like we'll always go to.
Yeah. That's a great pick. I think that's very underrated ride for sure. All right, last question. Is a magical moment or a time that you were pixie dusted? I don't know if you have a sense of what that specifically means, but
absolutely have no idea what that means.
Pixie dusted is more like you get either you get something for free or a cast member or somebody does something that's like kind of like somebody. No one said this on the podcast. They're like, oh, we got off a ride and they said, hey, do you want to just go right back on? And we got to skip the line. Something of that ilk, or if not that, just a magical moment.
Yeah,
that you can relate.
Yeah. So we have our 2.5-year-old, and we were wondering how he would do with all these characters. Mm-hmm. You know, people in. But they're real.
Yeah.
I don't know who's listening.
Yeah. Close your ears, kids.
The characters who are there, like, you know, they're larger than him. And, like, what is that? How is he going to do it? Because prior to going, we were at a play space, and we didn't know it at the time, but they were like, oh, Bluey's coming today.
Oh. And
it was a big deal. The play space was very crowded that day.
Yeah.
And when Bluey came, our little guy wanted no part.
Horrified.
Like, he was like, what is happening right now? So staying on property, you know, there were a couple of characters around. It was the 50th anniversary. So like, those characters kind of came around a little bit. And Henry was like, nah, I'm not gonna do a hug. Like, I could hold him and he could do like a fist bump and like, but he really wanted to keep his distance.
Yep.
And then we went to Hollywood Studios, and all 4 of us, it was my wife's son and my mother-in-law, we wore the Sid t-shirt from Toy Story.
Nice.
All 4 of us.
Little skull thing. Yeah, I love it.
And we got there right when it opened. Mm-hmm. I don't think we rope dropped, but you know, we were right there. Yeah. Before the, you know, normies could get in.
Sure.
And
early entry is the term.
Okay, great. And there's gonna be a lot of comments about me calling them normies. So we went right to the Toy Story ride where you like
Toy Story Mania.
Toy Story Mania.
Mike's making a little shooting motion with his hand.
Yeah, forgot we're not on video. And so when we got out of that ride, Woody and Jesse were there, like doing their like take our photo. And there wasn't like a big line or anything. And the moment where Henry got to see Woody and like got down on the one knee and biggest hug. Like it was Woody to him. And
yes.
It's like people are like, why would you bring a kid that young? They're not going to remember it. Well, that's the reason why you do it.
Right.
And they were also awesome because the like person who was kind of handling the line and like kind of like the cast member who was doing that like went over to them and said, "There's some kids from the neighbor's yard coming."
Oh,
and,
nice.
Like Woody and Jesse like pretended to run and like went to the other side of the fence. It was really cool.
I love it.
It was really awesome, and just to see him kind of like open up, because Toy Story was everything to him at that point. Like his second birthday party was a Toy Story party. Like, wow. And that was definitely the moment where like I turned to my wife and I was like, "This is why you bring him."
Totally.
And he was free at that age.
That's right. That's under 3.
Reason why you bring him. That's
2.
1A, 1B.
Yeah, right. That's amazing. Yeah. It's and we had an episode recently about bringing toddlers to Disney, and the characters can be touch and go, but when you have that like breakthrough moment with a certain character meet and greet, it is like it is quite a moment. It is magical. That's a great story.
Yeah, and honestly, even post that, there wasn't really a moment where he was that into another character. That was it.
Yeah.
Like he like would do high fives on his own and stuff. Mm-hmm. But like that was the moment for him.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's good. He got his guys, Woody and Jesse. You know, that's awesome. That's beautiful. Well, thank you for getting through that. That was we know kind of what kind of guy you are, sort of. And it sounds like you do like Disney. Is that right?
I do. I do. I'm not like anti-Disney.
So let me just say.
Yeah.
And part of this is like, you don't have to be a Disney fan, a Disney adult, a Disney person, whatever that title is. But, there's no shame in that, right?
No, you can live your life.
Yeah, exactly. Live your life. So when I said to you, I know you're a Disney guy, and you, let's say you recoiled from that notion.
I definitely
did. This is your therapy session. Okay, that's what that check we mentioned before. That's where it's coming from. So what made you recoil from that moniker? Would you say? I'm writing this down.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that in any scenario, if I were to have a label like that put on me, I would probably be like, I'm not sure.
The fact that it's a label.
Go into that category, yeah.
Okay, I see.
I also think that when it comes to Disney, I think that there are folks who are like really, like your entire life can be revolving around Disney. Like every aspect of your life.
Yes.
Like, and there are other, pop culture and cultural things that can also happen with.
Yes.
And I think that Disney is one of those things. And for me, in my mind, when you say I'm a Disney dad or a Disney guy, like my brain, I think immediately goes to that.
Yes. Right.
And it's like, that's not who I am.
Yeah. Right.
But I enjoy it. Like, when, like I say it all the time, and I've probably said this to you before. Like, I'm not a Disney guy, but when I'm there, I totally get it.
Yes.
Like when I am in Disney, I'm like, I can see why people would come multiple times per year.
Yes.
I don't know how they afford it.
Sure.
But like, I can see why people would do it.
Yeah.
Because it's a magical place. Like, there's really, that is the word that you need to use. And
like, it is.
It's also like from a hospitality standpoint, like it's once you're there. Like, minus like lines and things like that, like it's so easy to like navigate and to there's so many like resources there to help you, and like it's easy to like get from place to place. Like I think that like the ease of that makes people want to go back. It's like for me, when we have pizza night on Fridays.
Sure.
Like, that's what we try to do. It's like,
shout out to pizza.
Shout out pizza. And when my wife is like, I want to try this new pizza place, I'm like, if it stinks, that's on you.
Right.
And you won't live it down. Because we have these places that are so good.
Yep.
And I think that same kind of mentality can happen when you get caught up.
Yes.
Where like, yeah, I could take another vacation, but I know I love this.
Right.
And if you go, enough, there are things that are different.
Yeah.
So I can see it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think I went a lot as a kid, and then I didn't go for over a decade, and came back as an adult. And what I appreciated when I came back is a lot of things you're saying. I appreciated it more when I was an adult. The convenient, like now being out in the world, living your life, traveling to other places, having great experiences other places. But like, yeah, you can just take the bus to wherever you want to go. There's a bathroom every 10 feet in Disney. Right. There's a trash can, every time you turn around. There's 1,000 million employees, cast members there to help you. Those things are so amazing. But you're right, and we've talked about this in other episodes, like people can take it, I don't want to necessarily say too far, but they can take it too far or take it to the extreme as you can with other things.
So I also think that like when you think about are you like a Disney person, does that necessarily mean that you have to physically go to Disney on the regular?
Yeah.
Because I would imagine that there are a lot of people out there that love Disney that maybe that's not an accessible option for them. So like Disney Plus is pretty big in our house.
Yeah.
Like we like Super Kitties is on, or like movies or things like that. It is kind of cool that like my son, his new thing is that he wants to watch the things that I watched as a kid. So he'll say, I want to watch a movie that you watched as a kid. So,
wow.
So we watch Oliver and Company. We watch some of that era of Disney movies.
Yeah.
Which has been super fun.
That's amazing.
We watch Gummy Bears.
Oh, the show. Great show.
Super into it. He
Shout
loves
out to Gummy
the
Bears.
theme song so much.
Gummy Bears. Oh, okay,
exactly
sorry.
What it is.
Sorry.
Yeah. And the funny thing is I probably haven't watched it in 35 years.
Yeah, wow.
Not showing my age, but I probably have not watched it in 35 years. And I remembered every word of the theme song.
Oh, yeah.
It was insane.
That's
I was
amazing.
like, why is my brain, why can't it be used for good?
Right.
Like, why does it still remember the Gummy Bears theme song from 1987? Like, I think the like Disney, while we don't have like memorabilia or things like that around our house, like Disney is a constant in our house, like via movies or television shows or, some of Henry's stuffed animals and things like that. So like, I think... I just wonder, like, and when you put labels on people, I'm not saying that, like, you have to fall into a particular category, but, like, there are probably people out there that, like, love Disney, and consider themselves huge Disney fans, but, like, they'll never get to the D23 conference.
Sure.
They'll never get to the Disney in Japan.
Oh man,
which
top of my list.
I've heard really good things about.
I would love to go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean what you say is definitely right. That it's not the cheapest thing. It's an expensive hobby. If that's going to be something that
right. That's a really good way.
If have you but when I refer to you as a Disney guy, in my mind, there's people out there who I've talked to, and again, what I'm about to say is also completely fine. Who were like, yeah, I went to Disney World with my family, and I got to take the kids, and I'd rather kind of be just like sitting around. I had a few beers in Epcot, that was fun, but I don't know, it's all this stupid kid stuff. And like, hey, that's fine. That's also a great. I don't care. That's great, but
I kind of care about that. Like, you really don't like see anything. Like it made zero impact on you.
You may be more of a Disney guy than me. I don't know.
I don't know. Like I'm just saying that like even when you like see the castle, you gotta be like, oh, that's kind of cool.
You would think, but it doesn't do it for some people.
It doesn't do it.
I think it probably does something for, let's say, most people.
Right.
Okay, but there's certainly people that it doesn't, and I think for you and certainly for me, it's like I'm there, I get it. And I'm in, right? And it's like there is that level of it's wrapped up in that convenience, the hospitality, the service, plus the magic, plus the experiences. There is something that I don't want to use the word like transcendent, but there is something like what's the word I'm looking for? Just like, it is magical, right? It's something, it's all encompassing, it's immersive. It's like you're swept up in something that is just the sum of its parts is
Right.
creates something just unbelievable. So,
and I think that you could say the same thing about going to a city and having an incredible experience at a hotel.
absolutely.
Right? The hospitality is great. The restaurant in it you loved.
Yes.
And when you go back to that city for whatever reason, you're like, that's the number one hotel on the list that you want to go to. Like, I think it happens like across the board, especially when things like when it's hospitality related.
Well, and that's a great part of traveling, period. You go to Paris and you're immersed in the culture. You go anywhere, right? And you're immersed in that, and it is a sort of a magical experience in that way. Oh, I went to like Barcelona last year for a few days, and it felt like that. I was like, oh, it was like Disney World, in that way. Whereas all these new things to see, all these and it didn't have to do with the convenience or anything. Oh, it was a nice place and everything, but that I think at Disney World, it's the fact that children get it too,
Right. That's
and
a
that
huge part of it.
it's just set up to do that, whereas the people in Barcelona don't care, per se, but
Right. They really don't care now. Yeah, they're not.
We
happy
went
that
right
you're
after
there.
they were like squirting guns on people, squirt guns on people, but yeah. So that. So anyway,
the thing for me is, so recently, let's shout out another theme park. We were recently in Storyland, North Conway, New Hampshire.
Shout out to New Hampshire.
We
love Storyland.
And you go to Storyland, and obviously that's really catered to the kids.
Yes, this is for smaller kids.
I don't see any adult friends going, let's go to Storyland on a Saturday in August. Like, that's just not going to happen.
Yes.
So, but I think that when you take that idea that, like, it's for the kids, but at Storyland, there's no pressure. And what I mean by that is that, like, I don't care what I ride.
Yes.
I don't, like, you want to hang out in that big old shoe at the entrance all day? Have a ball, bud. I'm going to be on this bench.
With Fran, my daughter, it's the little animatronic veggie show.
Yes,
she would actually sit there for like 3 hours and watch it. Yeah. Right.
So my anxiety goes through the roof when I'm at Disney because we've spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
This is a whole thing.
Okay.
And when I'm in there, I want to see things. Like, I want to ride things. I want my son to experience it with us.
Right.
So and it doesn't cater well to my personality because I'm a go person. Yeah. Like, when I'm on vacation, like, if I'm up, I want to go do something. I'm not a sit around and let's.
The same.
Yeah. So I think that makes Disney a little bit tricky for me because I don't want to feel like I've wasted any time, but like that can kind of take away from the magical aspect of it, especially for my son when I'm like, all right, we're done with this. Let's move on to the next thing.
Right.
And my wife constantly has to like pull me back and be like, no, he's enjoying it. Let's just stay. Like, who cares? I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I care. Yeah. Because I want to ride, a Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
That's right.
It's almost dark. And like, so
yeah.
Like, I think that's difficult sometimes to kind of like balance, like, your family and like the magic, but like you also like you've spent all this money and you want to you want to enjoy it, but you also want to do it all, and I think that's hard.
No, that's a great point. That it is, unless you really go for 2 months, you are not going to do it.
You're
all.
never going to
do it.
You can't.
You just can't, and I think that's a big reason why people go back again and again, because you have your favorites that don't get old, like Tower of Terror and whatever. Right. But then you have things that you either didn't get to last time or that are new or whatever. But I think you're hitting on something interesting.
That's why you have me here.
I knew eventually you'd say something interesting. Which is, do you think and I don't know what I think my answer to this question would be. So I'll preface that by saying this. Do you think you would have more fun at Disney with just you and your wife?
No.
Okay.
No.
Why not?
Before I had a child, I would probably say that I would definitely have fun.
Yeah.
At Disney. We went to Disney for a day.
Right.
Just
the service.
on our own.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Yep.
I want to say we went to Epcot.
Wow.
I would imagine, and we were probably just drinking
around the world. Sounds pretty good.
That sounds like it checks. But now that I've gone with Henry, no, I would never want to.
Interesting.
For two reasons. One, I think that he loved it, and I could never imagine. I'm sure that people do this, like, hey, Mom and I are going to go on vacation to Disney World.
People do that.
And you are going to stay home.
Yeah.
And not be in Disney World.
I can't.
What is that conversation?
I can't imagine that. I
Could
can't
you imagine doing that?
No. And no, it's the reason I asked is
you got to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no pictures.
Exactly.
We're going to a funeral.
Exactly.
What I always think about that question I asked you is like, I definitely would not have more fun without my kid.
No.
Especially she's 6, like especially at this age, like maybe when she's 15 and doesn't want anything to do with me, maybe I'll even then. But anyway, I think if I went to Disney without my kid, let's say it was just me and my wife, we would have a great time. Like we would have a fun time.
Yeah,
but
I think you can have a fun time.
We definitely, I think we'd have a ball.
Right.
But, and this is gonna get me, in Disney adult jail here. I don't think I'd ever choose to. It's like I'm going on vacation with my wife, putting aside the whole deal of like it's hard to leave your kid behind,
right?
But like we're going on a vacation. I don't think I would ever choose Disney World as my vacation destination with her. Again, I would have, if we did go there, let's say she had a conference, whatever, we'd have an absolute blast if we did that, right?
Circumstances all come together.
Yes, right.
Happen to be in Orlando.
Yes, exactly. And we would definitely go and have a ball. But we're gonna get on a plane and go on vacation. I'll go. I'll go to Paris. I'll go to San Francisco. I'll go on a cruise. Something that's more like geared toward adults. I wouldn't choose to go to Disney. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
Because I think about it.
By the way, I'm going to say, if you're the kind of person that does, I know there's guests on this podcast who have done that. Your listeners have. Amazing.
It's over.
No, it's good.
They have turned this off. We can say whatever we want now. No one is listening to this podcast anymore. They're like, who does he think he is? I say it all the time that like, for the amount of money that you pay to go to Disney, you could go to any of those countries around Epcot, and probably have a lot more money to spare. Maybe not Morocco. Depends on how you do Disney.
Yeah, but yeah. I take your point.
Yeah. So I think that if I was traveling with my wife or even traveling with friends, the thought of Disney would never cross my mind.
Yeah.
Like when I was with, I go on baseball trips with my dad every year.
Love it.
So wherever the Red Sox open for Major League Baseball, that's where we go.
Oh, that's great.
We get to see different cities and different ballparks.
Wow.
It's awesome. And 2 years ago, we were in Anaheim.
Oh.
And we had a day, because we were between LA and Anaheim, and it never crossed my mind to go to Disney.
Really?
It was never even a thought.
Interesting.
Because there were other things that I would personally want to do.
Right.
And I don't think my dad would want to go. But so we've been talking about, including Henry in this tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Because next year he'll be almost 5. I think he flies really well. I think that he would be okay. And my dad said, what if we did spring training
Fort
next
Myers
year?
Yeah.
Well, Fort Myers, we could do a couple of different parks. And then my dad was like, and then we could take him to Disney for a day.
There you go.
And I was like, that's a really cool idea.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think that, when I'm with my wife, I think that we could have fun wherever we go.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
And
right.
Disney is one of those places.
Yes.
But that would never cross our minds.
Yeah.
As a destiny.
Then I think we're similar boats. Although I will say, if I was planning a trip to like Tokyo or Paris, I'm setting aside a couple of days. Yeah. Even if I'm just with my wife, setting aside a couple of days to do those. So that's
so different, though.
Yes. Yeah. And I don't know, with my dad, I don't know. I might go to Disney with my dad. He might like that. He likes Disney. But anyway, it would cross my mind to go to Disneyland. That's maybe the difference on that trip.
Yeah.
But whether we made it happen or not.
I go down like eBay rabbit hole sometimes. Like
Sure.
I'll be like, I wonder how much this is.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like 4 hours later, I'm like looking at, I don't even know what to buy. I don't buy anything.
Uh-huh.
And one day I was like down this rabbit hole of like sports cards have a huge, it's massive again. And as I'm like looking through like you're paying $1 million for like a one of one card. I'm like, at the end of the day, that's just a piece of paper.
Sure.
Like it's pretty crazy.
Yes.
But they have like Topps came out with a set of Disney cards.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Some of them are autographed.
Okay. Oh, all right.
By the character.
By the character. Yeah.
So how they're authenticating these, I will never know. But like thousands of dollars.
Wow.
For like a
Really?
Sully card signed Sully.
And it has the signature. That's big stuff. You know?
But like, hey, if that's your hobby, that's your hobby.
No, that's it. No,
But
yeah,
you could get me any piece of paper right now, and I could sign that sucker Sully.
That's
and
right.
You'd be like, I'm not sure. That could be real. It's a fictional character. Like if I sign something Harry Potter,
Yeah.
Like no, I'm sorry, that's not this podcast, but
No, that's fine. Hey, shout out to Universal, another great. You book you there too. Yeah.
you know, if I sign something as a character that has no value,
Yeah.
it's a fictional character.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. Like I can't wrap my head around like what. And I get that like the price of something on eBay is only what somebody who's willing to pay for it.
Right.
Like they probably haven't sold it for $5,000.
Perhaps not, but
like I can't wrap my head around that idea of like a Disney character signing something and having it be of value.
yeah, hey, you know, there's a community for everything, Mike.
There's a community for Disney trading cards.
Yeah, and there's this thing, and the next sentence is going to be all that I know about it.
Yeah.
So any follow-up questions I will not have the answer to. But there's some like Disney card game that I think is akin to, I'm already getting over my skis. It's called Lorcana.
Okay.
And they're like Disney, I want to say it's like Magic the Gathering, but they're like those kind of cards. And people get super into it, and that is the end of the sentence.
Can we start processing why you said Magic the Gathering like that?
How did I say it?
You went Magic the Gathering as if like it was like a bad word.
I said it like that because I don't know a lot about it, and so I
Got it.
don't want
So
to say.
you don't want to go down that.
Oh, I just don't know. Yeah, I don't
Got
know if it's actually that similar. So no, shout out to Matt. I've
Oh.
never played that. I've never played either Lorcana nor Magic the Gathering. Shout out to Magic
got
the
it.
Gathering. It's a great.
Shout
game
out
if
to
you're into
card
that.
game.
Shout out to card games. Shout out to Rummy. You know, whatever you play.
Shout out to Goldfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I think if you have an old piece of the park and like there's something there, I think that's cool. Like it's got history to it and stuff.
Right. Sure.
When I for the 50th anniversary, so folks can't see me right now, but I'm wearing Vans. I wear Vans every day. I have Vans socks on. I have a Vans hat on.
Yep.
That's the brand that our family wears.
Love it.
And Vans did a collab with Disney for the 50th.
Oh.
But it was only available at the park.
Wow.
And so I wasn't going, but they had a hat that's like got the circle on the it's got a circle on the front. It's got Mickey with like in the Magic Kingdom, and then on the back it says off the wall. It's really cool hat.
Wow.
Friends of ours were going to Disney. I was like, hey, can you just look for this hat? Like, and they were like, they had some other stuff, but they didn't have that. So I went to eBay to be like, I'm going to Disney soon. I really want this hat. It was affordable. Like it was the regular price that it would have been in the park.
Sure.
And my wife said, do you think it's real? And I had to like think for a second. And I was like, do I care? Like, do I need the authentication of like this Disney hat? Like, do I need to know it was in a store in Disney, or like it kind of looks like that? Like, I can guarantee you, I'm only gonna wear this hat 5 days of my entire life.
Yeah, right.
So it's just funny that like, that like secondary market of all that stuff, and like the sort of that's a whole other podcast, to talk about like the memorabilia and stuff.
Right.
I have a sign that it says at risk foul balls from Fenway Park.
Love it. Yeah, right. I'm
not going to tell you how I got it.
Sure.
Still an open investigation, but
those records
it's
are
the
permanently
same
sealed.
thing.
Yeah.
And I think that it's cool that it's a real sign from Fenway.
Right.
Does it have value? I have no idea.
No, that's actually a great comparison, because that to me is like, oh yeah, that counts. But
right.
But no, I think it counts at Disney too. Whatever you think counts. Right. So I'm there with you.
I bet that there are people who just pick up rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
And or keep it people that go on vacation, they put a little sand in a little thing and they're this is sand from this beach.
Totally.
I bet people do that all the time at Disney.
I bet they do. No, and it's funny, the first time I went back as an adult, we were leaving the Magic Kingdom. We were actually leaving we left right before the fireworks ended to kind of beat the crowd with my daughter, whatever. Classic move. And this lady was just outside the park gates. And she was, I would say, older than us, maybe 40s, 50s. I don't know. I didn't get a great look at her, but she was not
She was older than us in her 40s.
Exactly. Sorry, older than
you. She was really old.
And she was standing there with someone who they were hugging, and she was sobbing. And all I heard her say was, "I'm just so happy to be here." And I was like, I get it. I am not sobbing, and it was clear that it wasn't a performative, right? It wasn't some someone trying to do something for Instagram, or somebody trying to get attention. There was nobody around.
Emotion.
Right. She's outside the park. There's nobody around. We're just kind of walking by, and that's all I really heard her say. But it was kind of, I got it, but she just, it just meant so much to her to be there for the Disney World Magic Kingdom fireworks and whatever. And it was I get it.
You don't know anyone's experience.
Right,
exactly. You don't know what it meant for her to be there.
Right.
Was this post-COVID?
Yes.
So there's also that element of so many. I didn't think I was ever going to be in a large gathering for the rest of my life.
Oh, my God.
That thought crossed my mind.
True.
So there's that sort of relief.
Yes.
I would imagine that someone who booked a Disney vacation April 1st, 2020,
right.
and then they finally get to go, in May of 2022.
Right.
That's a huge, a big, sigh of relief.
Absolutely.
Do people spread ashes at Disney?
Yes.
Is that a thing?
There's a code in the Disney on the walkie-talkies. I don't forget what it is.
They're doing it.
But there is a code that is specifically about somebody spreading ashes inside the Haunted Mansion.
Oh,
yes,
wow,
that it's happened enough times, let's say more than twice or whatever, where there is it's code, whatever it is. I don't even know what it is, but yes.
I wouldn't have thought of that. Yeah. That's a really good idea.
That's a great idea.
That's the idea. That's kind of awesome. I'm really into that.
I shouldn't have told you that.
Yeah, now that's going in my will. Because I would imagine anything, people are so connected to it.
People get buried in Red Sox coffins. You know what I mean?
People spread their ashes
at Fenway. So no, Disney is to me, it's a very analogous to that. Right.
Same kind of thing.
And there, some of the most special moments I've had in my life with my daughter or whatever have been at Disney. It means a lot, right? It means a lot to me. It means a lot to a lot of people. So,
right.
So now I do get that.
It's also that moment of, if you were to spread somebody's ashes there, every time you go there, you feel like they're with you.
That's right.
I think that's a big piece.
Yes. No, absolutely. Yeah. So
this podcast really took a turn.
Yeah.
It's my bad.
So how do you want it? Do you want to be cremated? Oh, no, we'll go.
Yeah. Let's really get into it now.
I already talked about how you knew what D23 was.
So I can tell you the story about how that came up.
Okay.
Where it was during the D23 conference.
Yep. And by the way, for those who actually don't know, which I assume some people don't, D23 is the official Disney fan club. And they have a conference every year, and then every other year, it's a big blowout. Every 2 years they do a big blowout, and they do all these like announcements about the parks and stuff like that, among many other things. But anyway, so that's D23.
So I think that I learned about it because when I was going to Disney, I joined the Walt Disney World subreddit.
Okay. All right.
So, and then I never, just like I took the app off my phone, I still kind of had that in the feed on Reddit.
Yeah.
And somebody mentioned it. So then I started following it a little bit because I'm interested in new rides or like new movies and things like that. I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So I was at like a cookout, and some folks were talking about Disney, and this is verbatim what I said.
You said, I'm not a Disney guy, but...
Yep. I said, I'm not really a Disney guy, but I did hear at the D23 conference that they are opening a new Monsters ride. Like, that's exactly what I said. And the person who knew what D23 was, she looked at me and she was like, you're not a Disney guy? But that's some pretty inside baseball that you know right there. So, yeah, I think, like, I kind of like that, like, Comic-Con kind of style to it. Like, have it be, make it a big thing.
Yeah.
Like, you're announcing Toy Story 5, Incredibles 3. Entire areas of your theme parks,
right?
Like you can't just put out a press release and put it on Facebook. Like, no. Like, but you gotta go big or go home with that.
Right. And here's my point about you being a Disney guy, is that the thing, because I'm right there with you. I'm like, yes, these are big. These things are a big deal. Like, and it's great that they like make a big deal about it. If we pull anybody off the street right now walking by, and we said, hey, did you hear that they're adding a Monsters, Inc. area to Disney's Hollywood Studios at Disney World? They would look at you like they're like, what are you talking about? Yeah.
What drugs did you take this morning?
And so you have crossed, it's a low bar compared to the people who are, obsessed, right?
Right.
Maybe like me.
Right.
But then, to being like, just, you're a fan, you get it.
I think when it comes to what I like, so I am 41 years old.
Oh my God. Oh, sorry.
I grew up in a heyday of what is still popular in Disney. So like your Toy Stories came out when I was the perfect age.
Right.
Pixar really started to pick up when I was the perfect age.
Yeah.
And so I think that I gravitate towards anything that kind of brings that nostalgia back. Mm-hmm. And that's why having a kid that I can just, share that with is so amazing. So I think that when I hear that, like, they're finally gonna make a ride out of the door scene in Monsters, I'm like, yeah,
unbelievable.
You should have done that 20 years ago. Yeah, like, it was an idea. Like, you absolutely should have done that so long ago.
Yeah.
So I think if you were to ask me, like, what is the one thing about Disney I think I gravitate towards most, it's probably just that, like, idea of just, like, nostalgia.
Yep.
That I, and I love hearing about it, or I love, seeing new things happen. Like Toy Story 5, that's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Because, spoiler alert, 1 through 4, no notes. Like, they're all amazing.
They are.
They're just better than the one before it. I will say that my son often says that he wants to get tattoos. And
you and your wife both. I know you have a lot. Your wife also has tattoos. Yeah, right.
And he went from, I want a Buzz Lightyear tattoo.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Which would be amazing. Yeah. I would do it tomorrow if it was legal. And to, like, maybe like 6 months ago, he was like, when I get a tattoo, I do not want a Buzz Lightyear tattoo.
Really?
And I was like, what happened?
Oh, man.
I think he watched the standalone Buzz Lightyear movie, and he just wasn't into it.
Yeah, I actually didn't even watch that.
It's
not great.
It's fine.
I heard mixed reviews.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not as, like, kid friendly as some of the other things in Pixar.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, if the story is a little difficult to follow.
Yeah. Okay.
Whereas, like, you could come into most Pixar movies at any point and be like, yeah, I'm all caught up.
I get it. Yeah.
I'm fine.
Right.
Soul was a little out there.
Sure. Yeah. Fran didn't like Soul. My daughter didn't like Soul.
Yeah, see, I think that, so we haven't tried Soul yet, because like, it's just, I think it's going to be a little bit much. But.
Yeah, you can wait a little bit on that one. Yeah, she hated Ratatouille the first time she watched it. I was like, this is like one of the best movies. I love Ratatouille. She loves it. I think, because she was like, I hate this. And she was very against it. And I think maybe at like an after school or a camp or something, they watched it maybe a year later, and she loves it. So yeah. Anyway,
see, that's the thing too. Yeah. You put it, you put something surrounded by friends and school and stuff, and like now they're instantly gonna like it because they see that somebody else likes it. Oh wait, you like this? Oh, I love this.
Now I get it. Yeah.
It's like I want every time we sit down for dinner, I want one of Henry's friends to come over and also eat dinner with us because he would eat it all.
That's a huge parenting hack for any parents out there. Say that their little friend likes whatever you're eating. Oh exactly. Their mom told me
that guy loves
broccoli.
Yeah,
oh my God, really?
We were at the park the other day, and one of his friends' moms was like, "Oh, I brought you your carrots," and Henry's like, "Oh, can I have one?" I'm like, "Yeah." You really can. You want them all? Like, because this is great.
I know. Wow.
We go home that same moment. Do you want some carrots? No. Definitely not. Definitely.
Yeah. No. Shout out to is that peer pressure? Shouts carrots. Shouts carrots. Yeah.
I think we've done it. I think this is pretty cool.
So I think we're in the Mike, now. Next time that I have a little juicy bit of Disney news or a hot take or something for you, and I say, now you're a Disney guy. How will your reaction be?
I'm probably going to give you the same eye roll that I would give you if you told me I was any kind of guy.
Well, you give me that whenever I say anything.
Yeah, basically when you walk in the room, it's like, oh, jeez.
This guy again.
But I will be coming to you when we book our Disney trip.
I appreciate it.
Assuming you're still doing it probably in 2026.
I'll be here.
No, but I really appreciate you letting me come on your podcast.
Thanks for coming. You didn't mind doing it? Oh, that's great.
I'll come by whenever you want to talk. This is cool.
You'll have to meet the other Mike.
Could we do two Steves, two Mikes?
This is what it should be. It's two Steves, two Mikes go to Disney, and that's the trip. That's the adult trip that we just said we don't want to do.
I was gonna say, do we bring our kids to that?
If it was a Steve and Mike trip, adult trip, oh my God.
Do you think that the level that this podcast is at? Do you think that Disney would throw something?
I'm stop you right there.
Because we could do some like on the ground, influencer type stuff.
I'm gonna assign that to you as your responsibility to get our podcast to that level.
Dear Disney, dear Walt, who do I send this to? Who's the head of Disney House? Is it Bob Iger?
Bob Iger. Shout out to Bob Iger. Yeah, he's stepping down sometime soon.
Because he was gone and then he came back.
He came back. There's a different Bob who was there who people didn't like, and I don't know anything about the politics of that, but the other Bob Iger came back, and there's like scuttlebutt about who's next. I'll come to you as a Disney guy. I'll come to you and tell you, what's.
Hey, you let me know.
The corporate intrigue.
I'm a bona fide. Do I get like a certificate or something?
Yes, the certificate. Yes,
that's pretty cool.
And it is When You Wish Upon a Star will play in the background on a harp, so it's pretty nice. So.
Jiminy Cricket comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there he is. So I just want to put my contact out there. Steve@justaddmagictravel.com. And if you want to get in touch with me, I can help you book any kind of trip that you want. So, but especially Disney World. You just want to say shout out to Disney? You want to say shout out to all the Disney guys out there?
No, shout out to all the people who genuinely like Disney, but wouldn't classify themselves as a stereotyped Disney person.
Okay.
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from.
No, I love it. Yeah, shout out to them. And they need travel agents too. So
they're your prime
I think that's right.
Yeah, they're your prime client.
That's my audience. That's right. Yeah, so shout out to all you guys.
You think about it though, the people who have no idea what traveling to Disney is like.
That's right.
Those you've got to start targeting them. So shout out to you.
Shout out to if you got to go, you got to take your kid, you don't know what you're doing.
Shout out to you who thinks it's just a bracelet you're wearing, but apparently it has a name. Shout out to you. Shout out to you who thinks you can just make reservations places 59 days before you travel.
You thought it was
you cannot.
You thought it was just you. It's not Pizzeria Uno, Mike. You got it. You can't open table.
All right, man. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Peace out.